I never thought the people who brought me into this world would be the ones to teach me what it truly feels like to die inside. My name is Emily, and for 28 years I believed we were the kind of family that stuck together no matter what. My younger sister Sophia and I grew up in the same house, shared the same parents, the same holidays, the same laughter. Or so I thought. Last year, everything I believed about love and family shattered in the cruelest way possible. It started with a diagnosis that turned my world upside down. I had been feeling exhausted for months, bone-deep tired, dizzy spells that left me clutching walls, and pain that no amount of medicine could touch. The doctors ran tests and delivered the news with careful, quiet voices. I had a rare condition affecting my spine. Without surgery, the damage would become permanent. I could lose the ability to walk. The procedure cost $68,000. Insurance would cover very little. I needed my family. I remember sitting in my parents' living room, hands trembling as I explained everything. My mother's eyes filled with tears. My father looked away. Sophia was on her phone, only half listening. I begged them for help. I told them I was scared. I told them I didn't want to become a burden, but I needed them, just this once. My mother held my hands and whispered, "We'll figure it out, sweetheart. Family comes first." Those words still echo in my mind like a cruel joke. Because 2 weeks later, they announced Sophia's engagement. And suddenly, money wasn't a problem anymore. The wedding planning began like a fairy tale on steroids. A $135,000 budget. A destination venue overlooking the ocean. Designer dresses. Celebrity caterers. Flowers flown in from abroad. My parents emptied their savings, took out loans, and celebrated every expensive decision like it was the proudest moment of their lives. I watched it all in silent disbelief. Every time I brought up my surgery, the conversation changed. "We're stretched thin right now. Sophia only gets married once. You're strong, Emily. You'll find a way." The double standard was no longer hidden. It was paraded in front of me with every fitting, every tasting, every glowing Instagram post. My sister's perfect day was worth any sacrifice. My ability to walk apparently wasn't. I smiled through the bridal shower. I helped choose centerpieces while my back burned with pain. I pretended to be happy while something inside me slowly broke. But what I didn't know was that the worst was yet to come. The betrayal cut deeper than I ever imagined. I started noticing the little things. My mother posting photos of Sophia in her wedding gown with captions like, "My everything." My father proudly telling relatives how much they were spending because nothing is too good for our princess. Meanwhile, when I had to use a cane for the first time, my mother simply said, "Try not to ruin the wedding photos, honey." I cried myself to sleep more nights than I can count. The pain in my body was nothing compared to the pain in my heart. These were the same people who used to kiss my scraped knees and tell me I was their miracle baby. Now I was an inconvenience. One evening, I finally broke. I went to my parents' bedroom and begged them through tears. I told them I was terrified of ending up in a wheelchair. I reminded them I had always been the responsible one, the one who never asked for anything. I worked 2 jobs to put myself through college while Sophia partied. I helped take care of our grandmother when she was sick. I had given them everything. My father looked at me with tired eyes and said the words that destroyed me. "Emily, we love you. But weddings are once in a lifetime. Health issues, people live with them every day." My mother didn't even look at me. She just nodded. Sophia walked in at that moment, glowing in her engagement ring, and asked if I liked her new diamond earrings, a $12,000 gift from our parents. I left that house that night and didn't speak to them for weeks. The isolation was crushing. Friends told me to understand my parents' position. Relatives said I was being selfish for bringing up my problems during such a happy time. I felt completely abandoned by the people I trusted most in this world. But pain has a strange way of forging strength. As I watched the final preparations for the $135,000 spectacle, the custom monogrammed napkins, the fireworks display, the horse-drawn carriage, something shifted inside me. The girl who once desperately wanted her family's love died. In her place rose a woman who was done begging. I made a decision. I would no longer be invisible. I stopped hiding my condition. I started documenting everything. The day before the wedding, I created a quiet but powerful video. I sat in front of my camera, no makeup, no filter, and told my truth. I showed my medical reports. I showed the cane I now needed. I showed the rejection letters from financial aid programs. And then I showed the screenshots of my parents' extravagant spending on Sophia's wedding. I didn't scream. I didn't curse. I simply spoke from my broken heart. I posted it the morning of the wedding with the caption, "When your family spends $135,000 on one daughter's wedding but tells the other there's no money for life-changing surgery." The video spread faster than I could have imagined. By evening, it had hundreds of thousands of views. Messages poured in from strangers who shared their own stories of family betrayal. Donations started coming in for my surgery, small at first, then overwhelming. The wedding went ahead, but the atmosphere was poisoned. Guests whispered. Some left early. Sophia's perfect day was overshadowed by the truth. My parents called me in hysterics. My mother cried that I had ruined everything. My father demanded I take the video down. Sophia sent me a message full of venom. "I hope you're happy destroying our family." But I wasn't destroyed anymore. 3 months later, thanks to the kindness of strangers and my own determination, I had my surgery. It was successful. I'm walking again, not perfectly, but I'm healing. My family. The loans for the wedding have become a heavy burden. Sophia's marriage is already showing cracks under the pressure of debt and public judgment. My parents have been quietly disinvited from several family gatherings. The double standard they thought no one would notice became the only thing people could see. I don't hate them. Not anymore. I pity them. Because they traded their daughter's health for a lavish party and a few hours of Instagram likes. They chose appearances over love. And in the end, they exposed themselves far more than I ever could. Today, I stand taller, not just physically, but in my soul. I've learned that family isn't always blood. Sometimes it's the strangers who help you when your own blood turns away. Sometimes it's the quiet strength you discover when you finally stop begging for love you were never going to receive. If you're watching this and your family has shown you their true colors through double standards and betrayal, hear me, your worth is not up for negotiation. Your health, your dignity, your future, they are not optional. Protect yourself, speak your truth, and never be afraid to walk away from a table that no longer serves you. Because sometimes, the greatest revenge isn't destroying them. It's healing in spite of them, and learning to love yourself more than they ever did. Thank you for being here with me. If you've been through something similar, you're not alone. Drop a comment, share your story. Let's remind each other that we are stronger than their betrayal. Until next time, this is Emily, walking forward.